Remaining problems from miscellaneous exercise. We are asked to find the modulus of this complex number. Whenever we are asked to find the modulus, you cannot directly find the modulus for numerator and denominator separately. What you are expected to do is, you have to change the denominator by multiplying and dividing by conjugate. You have to make it to the standard form. After that only you should take modulus. That is why then only they'll give you full marks. So multiply the denominators, conjugate in the numerator and denominator. The numerator I have multiplied inside the bracket, and in the denominator we have 1a plus b into a minus b form. So it should be a square minus b square. We have I square which is minus 1. That is why we are getting 1 square plus 3 square 9. So we get this numerator simplification we get over here. Then split the real part separately and imaginary part separately. The modulus will be root of real number square, real part square plus imaginary part square. So root of 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. It will be give you 1 by root 2. This is your book answer. But in some problems they would have rationalized the denominator. So I have done that part also for you. This is the alternate method for problem 13 for finding modulus. Instead of multiplying and dividing by conjugate, I have taken the modulus directly. Modulus can be split up as modulus of numerator by modulus of denominator. The concept will be z1 by z2. The whole modulus is equal to modulus of z1 by modulus of z2. This is the concept behind that. That is, you can take the modulus of numerator separately and modulus of denominator separately. Modulus of numerator is root of a square plus b square. So 1 plus 4. Denominator you will have root of a square plus b square is 1 plus 3 square 9. So we have root 5 by root 10 cancelling, we will have 1 by root 2. This is the answer we got previously also. This is both are correct. You answer depending upon how your teacher has taught you, or depending upon the marks for which the test question is asked. The 14th question. Find x and y if this is the conjugate of this one. So first you should write an equation. This one is stands for equal to conjugate of minus 6 minus 424i. Okay. So I have translated this sentence into an equation. Multiply this equation inside this one inside the bracket, and for the conjugate minus 6 will remain as it is. 24i alone will change sign. Minus 24i will become plus 24i. So now club the real part and imaginary part separately. Here you have I square, so it will be minus 1 minus into minus plus we get 5i. So 3x plus 5i. From these two you have to take I common, and here we have this one. So re-equating the real and imaginary parts. Real part is 3x plus 5i equal to, here the real part is minus 6. Imaginary part is 3x minus 5y. Here the imaginary part is 24. So we have two linear equations here. It is 10th standard method. Solve the linear equations. You will get the answer. I haven't done the solving portion alone. Then I have done this problem in two methods. The earlier method was multiplying by conjugate for each one separately, but that came out lengthy. So I have done this method, cross multiplication for taking LCM. Cross multiplying we get this step. Then what we have to do is multiply inside the numerator. This is same, no? So it is whole square form. Here also we have the same two things. So it is whole square form. So a plus b the whole square formula. Here you have to use a minus b the whole square formula. You will get 1 plus I square minus 2i. I square will be minus 1. So I have written minus 1 over here directly. Here also you will have I square which is minus 1 here. Remove the brackets, cancel similar terms, we will get this. Here you 1 and minus 1 will cancel. Here also 1 and minus 1 cancel. 2i plus 2i, that is 4i. By the denominator 2 we get 2i. Modulus z is modulus of 2i. Modulus of 2i means it is it is ordinary modulus formula only. Modulus of a plus ib means what will you get? Root of a square plus b square. Here we have only b, so that will be modulus of root of b square. So root of 2 square is 2. Problem number 16. You are given a strange condition, but the problem looks difficult, but it is very easy only, no calculations or anything. You have x plus I by the whole cube equal to this one. This is starting for us. You have to prove this. Don't look at it now. Go for the starting. Here you have a plus b the whole cube formula. A plus b the whole cube is a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. I have applied that formula. I cube is minus I, and here we have 3x square into iy. I have written directly. Here you have I square is minus 1, so I have written this. Again club the real parts and imaginary parts. It is given this x plus iy the whole cube is equal to u plus iv. So this thing, the x plus iy only we have expanded here. So this also should be equal to u plus iv. Now what we have to do is we have to equate the real and imaginary parts. This is the real part, x cube minus 3xy square, and here the imaginary real part is u. So this is equal to u, and the imaginary part is 3x square y minus y cube. It is equal to v. So we have equated the real and imaginary parts. Now you go to the second portion of the question. You have u by x and v by y. So u needs a denominator, v needs a denominator y. So from here I am going to take a x common and take it to this side. So I will get u by x. And from this one I am taking a y common and I will take it to the denominator. So we will get v by y. So I have a u by x plus v by y. Adding, you have to add the right sides also. It's easy only. 4x square minus 4y square, 4 common. We arrive at the final answer asked in the question. Problem number 17. This problem is a somewhat important problem. Here we are using a few concepts that we have learnt earlier in this chapter. Alpha and beta are complex numbers. See, usually in like in the previous problem you are given no x and y. X and y are real numbers. That is what is given in the question. But here alpha and beta are complex numbers. So this is the difference in the question between this one and the other questions. Whenever we get some variables like x, y, a, b, c, they will be real numbers. But here alpha and beta are complex numbers, and the modulus of beta is 1. This is given in the question. We are supposed to find this one. Without knowing what is alpha and beta, we cannot directly find the modulus. So what we will do is we will start with the square of the modulus, because otherwise we will have a square root. To avoid the square root, we are doing this. So the concepts that we are using is z into z bar is equal to mod z square. So we are starting, I told you we are starting with the square of the modulus. No, so it will be z into z bar. This is our z, okay, and we know this one also. Z double bar is equal to z. How do you get it? A plus IB. This one's conjugate will be equal to A minus IB. Now if you take the conjugate for A minus IB, what will you get again? A plus IB. So 2 times when you take modulus, you end up with the same question. That is the statement given here. And modulus of a conjugate of a real number is itself. Okay, so these are the things that we will be using in the problem. So we know that z into z bar equal to mod z square, the starting. So we have z. This is our z. Z into z bar is equal to mod z square. Once we find this one, we will take square root to get the final answer. Modulus has a property, you can take it inside the bracket. So you can take the modulus for numerator separately, denominator separately. For numerator also we can take term by term modulus. So modulus of first term minus modulus of second term by 1 minus, for this one you will get another bar. Already you have alpha bar, so now you have alpha double bar, beta bar. Now multiply the numerator inside the bracket, and the denominator also we have to multiply inside the bracket. But here you have alpha double bar. Alpha double bar will be equal to alpha based on this concept. Z double bar conjugate is equal to z. So based on that you get alpha double bar is equal to alpha. No, so you write that. After that you multiply the numerator inside the bracket and denominator inside the bracket. When we have beta bar, that is modulus beta square. Modulus beta is 1. It is given in the question, so this will also be 1. Then here also you have beta bar. What is beta bar? Beta bar is equal to modulus beta square. Modulus beta is 1. So beta square also, modulus beta square also will be equal to 1. So what you have to do is substitute a 1 here and substitute a 1 in the denominator. Now you see everything is the same in the numerator and denominator, so it will get cancelled. You are getting answer 1. So modulus square is equal to 1. The next step you have to take square root. So after taking square root, the square will go off. Square root of 1 is 1 only. So I have written the answer directly. In the next problem, you are supposed to find integral values for x. Integral values for x does not mean integration or anything. It just means integer values. We have to avoid fractions and decimals and all. You have to write only integer values. We will get only integer values. So here you have modulus of 1 minus I the whole power x. So first I am going for the modulus. Modulus is root of a square plus b square. 1 plus 1. So here right side I have written as it is. 1 plus 1 is 2. Square root I have written as it is. Power x also here as it is. Right side also I have not disturbed anyway. Then actually directly from here itself you can arrive at the answer. I have done a few more steps because I thought you might understand better. You have 2 power x by 2. Power 1 by 2, no, I am taking that as x by 2 equal to 2 power x. So here from here also you can go for the answer directly. I will show you how. Base is same. The numbers are same means power also should be same. So x by 2 should be equal to x. Taking to that side you will get x minus x by 2 is equal to 0. 2x minus x by 2 equal to 0. X by 2 equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So this is one method for doing the problem. Another method is I have removed the by 2. So you won't have to take the LCM. Squaring on both sides you will get 2 power. This 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 2 power x. Here you get 2 power 2x. X into 2x. So the base are same. Again you have to equate the powers. X is equal to 2x. So x is equal to 2x. X goes to that side. You will get 2x minus x equal to 0. So here also you will get 0. You can do the same steps here also. We have an expression here and we are supposed to prove something else that is also given in the question. The concept that we are going to use here is modulus of z1 into z2. That means I have a product of two complex numbers. Then instead of multiplying and then taking the modulus, we can take modulus of first number into modulus of second number. The same thing I am going to apply here also. Modulus on left side equal to modulus on right side. So modulus for 4 numbers, we cannot multiply inside the bracket for all the 4. So we are using this concept, modulus of first into modulus of second. So modulus of first number, modulus of second, modulus of third, modulus of fourth number equal to right hand side. So then when we write modulus as it is, you will have a square root. So we are squaring on both sides, so everything has a square. Then modulus formula is root of a square plus b square. Root and square will get cancelled, so we will get a square plus b square. Similarly, the next one is c square plus d square. Here modulus will be e square plus f square. Here g square plus h square equal to a square plus b square. This is what is asked in the question. We have arrived at it. This is actually an important question. I don't know why, but it is this question is available for all syllabus and it's asked in many board exams also. You study, it's very easy. Actually, it was asked in this year's state board exam also, the same question for 12th standard. So here in the last question we have to find the integral values of m. Integral value means integer value of m. No need to find fractional values. That is the meaning. Multiply and divide by conjugate. Here it is not modulus or anything. So surely we have to multiply and divide by conjugate. There is no other way. So multiplying and dividing by conjugate, the denominator is in the form z into z bar. So it is mod z square 1 plus 1. Here numerator will be whole square. Expand using a plus b the whole square, we will have a square plus 2ab plus I square. I square is minus 1. So 1 minus 1 will get cancelled. We get this, from that we get I. So this is equal to I. Now what do we have here? This one is equal to I. Power m here, power m here. Right side you are given 1. So this is equal to 1. I power m is equal to 1 means m should be equal to 4 only. Where have we studied this? In the beginning of the chapter. I power 4 equal to 1 we studied. No, that concept only we are using here. I power m is equal to 1 means m is equal to 4.